Hello and welcome to Uncommon Sense. This is J. Howard Green along with Michael B. Wright Sr. It's the dynamic double duo of the Uncommon Sense podcast. And brother, how you doing today, my brother? You all suited and booted, man.
Oh man, crack-a-lacking with the smartest black man I know this side of glory.
Look at like a Denzel. What's that?
I wish I was a
Denzel, right?
If I was, I would not be here. I will be there and not here.
All right,
man. What's going on with you there?
Hey man, we just want to welcome everybody to the Uncommon Sense podcast, where we're exploring the edges of reasoning and also unfiltered, uncensored, and unapologetic information we're about to give, because like they say in the streets, we about to put you on game tonight. I'm telling you.
That boy.
Game tonight.
That boy.
Now, brother, I was inspired to put this piece together on, of course, the 4th of July. So I call it the pursuit of justice. So here we go. Let me go to that beautiful bean footage. 1776, as America celebrated its birth, Black people had already endured 89 years of slavery. From the very foundation of this nation, chattel slavery was embedded into its independence, reducing Black people to property rather than recognizing them as individuals deserving of freedom, equality, and justice. Although chattel slavery was officially abolished on December 6, 1865, the struggle did not end there. To this day, Black people continue to fight for the very rights that they were denied from the beginning: freedom, equality, and justice. America is often called beautiful, but we must question that definition. If beautiful means that hating someone because of the color of their skin, belittling them because of jealousy of their intelligence, or denying their existence and contributions to this country, then America is not beautiful. America is blind. As Frederick Douglass so powerfully asked, what to the slave is the 4th of July? Is it not the same celebrated birthday for everyone? Let this day be not only a celebration, but a moment of reflection, truth, and continued pursuit of justice. We was nowhere at the table.
No.
Not even considered.
Nope, but you still ain't at the table.
No, you still like
you under the table right about now, but like you said, man, America is blind, boy. It is blind as I can tell you, boy, she's blind.
Blind as a Betsy bug, as my grandmama used to say.
Trying to told you that, boy.
Trying to told you that.
Yeah, man.
And brother, they coming after the food right now. It's a food alert out. They coming after the food, Doc.
Man, let me tell you something. You better check what you eating, because I don't think none of us know what we eat now, man.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, man, it ain't nothing the same right now, man. What your mom and your daddy had ain't no more, that boy.
What?
It ain't no more, man.
It ain't no more?
It ain't no more.
Wow.
And I mean that in the strongest terms.
And man, right, and you even talking about the simplest things like cocoa and chocolate.
Mm-hmm. One of the most consumed products on the planet. Yes, sir.
Exactly. So how is it that we getting to the point to where that's affecting, us right now?
Well, man, again, it's profit over people. That's what this boils down to. And at the end of the day, like we always said, man, everything has a limited supply. And so once you've exhausted one thing, you got to go to another. And to continue to feed the hunger and defeat the appetite of so many folks, to the degree that it is, you got to have some alternative methods there, because you refuse to do it the right way by letting land rest, and rejuvenate itself. You refuse to do what's right. So with that, man, with this mass production, you're going to have a problem with everything, from your getting from your poultry all the way down again, like you said, your cocoa beans. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah. So well, let's hear about the cocoa supply that's going on, where the cocoa supply is in real trouble right now. And now they're starting to recreate this wheel. And it's about to really start some trouble health-wise. coming up right here on Uncommon Sense.
I made a reel recently about California Cultured. They're the startup company that's growing cocoa cells in a tank. A lot of you asked, is this just one company? No, it's the entire industry. But wait till you hear what the Mars Candy Company is doing that's far worse in my view. Here's what every major player in the chocolate industry is doing right now. Lindt is investing in lab-grown cocoa. Mondelez, the maker of Cadbury, Oreos, and Toblerone, is investing in lab-grown cocoa butter. Barry Callebaut, the world's largest cocoa processor, is investing in cocoa cell culture. Barry Callebaut isn't a name you'd recognize on a wrapper, but they supply chocolate to Hershey and Nestle under long-term contracts. When they move, half the candy aisle moves with them. But Mars, the makers of M&M's, Snickers, Dove, Twix, Milky Way, Mars bars, and Three Musketeers, among others, is doing something completely different. And this is cause for alarm, in my opinion. Now, let me give you some context around why this industry is doing this. The cocoa supply chain is in real trouble. Global chocolate demand's rising about 3% every year. At the same time, 70% of the world's cocoa comes from West Africa, and West Africa is getting hammered by droughts, higher temperatures, and a nasty virus. Pests and diseases cause yearly losses of about 30 to 40% of the total global cocoa production. That's a lot. The question isn't whether there's a real problem. There is. The question is whether the solutions they've chosen are proportionate to the risk. This is where it gets interesting. Mars partnered with a lab at UC Berkeley where CRISPR, the gene editing technology, was developed. They're going to modify the cacao tree's genetic structure by clipping out certain genes to make them more resistant to disease and drought tolerant. Listen to what Brian Staskowitz said about the partnership. He's the lead Berkeley scientist on the Mars project. We don't want to make the same mistakes as GMOs, he said. There was a lot of public backlash and fear of frankenfood. That's the scientist running the project, worried about his own work. I think it's interesting he thinks of this product as different from a GMO. If gene clipping isn't gene modification, then I'm a red number 40 M&M. I've got more to tell you on this, but I'm out of time. Next reel, I'll tell you exactly why gene editing a cacao tree is in a whole different category of risk than growing cocoa cells in a tank.
My. Growing cocoa cells in a tank, bro?
Yeah, man. And now they're getting ready to mess with your trees. And once you start messing with nature, you're going to have a problem, player.
Oh, you got a problem now.
Yeah,
you know, they'll start messing with the meats now. You got a problem now.
Yeah, you can go get you a 3D steak right now.
What's it, a 3D steak, right?
Hey, man, 3D printed steak. I'm not making this up.
Wow.
This is wild what you got going on, man. But again, when you start messing with genetics as far as trees and stuff like that, when you start clipping that stuff, man. And again, that's what a lot of folks don't understand with what's going on in your food chain. That everything, again, this is not an exhaustible source. So you're dealing with things that have a life cycle and again, nuances that will affect certain dynamics. And it's not appreciated among those who are, again, looking at it for profit. You know, when you're looking at just your bottom line, you ain't studying, viruses and, climate change. That's not your concern.
No.
And so you find yourself here where you clipping trees, and now you again going to sell cultured cocos. And so you got some problem in your hand right now, man.
Well, I see it, very interesting to where the retailers are making all the money, but the ones who are growing and planting, they're losing money. That is crazy to me.
Now, again, that's another ecosystem that if you start dealing with that, you'll get in trouble. Because like the gentleman said, most of the cacao plants for the production comes from West Africa.
Right.
So you're dealing with that, again, ecosystem over there and the political system around that. So if, and this is why we go back to the if the African diaspora would wake up and understand you control the world, you really do. And so there's no need for you to struggle. But they have, what they've done, man, is they have, again, outsourced everything as far as you talking about China, you talking about America, you talking about France, you name it. The mechanizing of these farms, stuff like that, they have turned it over to, again, outside countries, which now gets you to a situation where you have to depend on outside sources for your income, which is an issue. And so if they will wake up to the aspect of import, export, understand those dynamics and some supply and demand, I mean, you could definitely turn your country around. But the people in charge. You go back to that. It's your ministers of commerce, those who are dealing with those
Right.
semantics, who are not, unfortunately, acting in the best interest of the people of the country.
Right.
Because there's no reason why West Africa looks like it does
No.
when the world depends on 70,
Exactly.
80% of its production of cacao
Right.
plants
Right.
from your country.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense at
Makes
all.
no sense, man. No.
So I had to come up with the backdrop on that from the, from West Africa. I had to come from that aspect because it's Africa got a nice situation going on right now, to where they're controlling this thing because they're the ones that grows it. So
That
they
part.
say if you grow it, you control it, right?
That's what I believe.
All right. Here go the beautiful bean footage right here.
That's what I believe.
6 cents. That's what a cocoa farmer in Ghana or Cote d'Ivoire gets from every dollar spent on chocolate worldwide. These two countries grow over 60% of the world's cocoa, and the industry has decided that their labor is worth almost nothing. Chocolate's a business that's worth over $150 billion. In 2023, 4 of the biggest chocolate companies made about $6 billion in profit. Nearly all of it was handed straight to shareholders. In 2024, cocoa prices spiked to nearly $13,000 a ton. But farmers were locked into contracts that had been signed months earlier. They missed the boom entirely. Then came the crash. By April of 2026, prices had fallen to $3,000 a ton. That's over a 75% drop in a year. Ghana had to cut farmer pay by nearly 29% overnight, stripping income from 800,000 Ghanaian households. That's 3.2 million Ghanaians. Cote d'Ivoire cut pay by 57%. A handful of corporations control the trading and branding of the world's cocoa, and when prices fail, their purchases fail with them. The people who grow the crop absorbed the loss. The people who sell the finished product, well, they didn't lose a thing. This is the same math used against small farmers all over the world. The U.S. lost 160,000 farms in 7 years, swallowed by agribusiness that could outscale them. In Brazil and Argentina, the same playbook runs on soil, pushing small farmers off land that their families have worked for generations. Different crops, but the same verdict. Human labor is worth whatever the buyer decides to pay for it. But Africa is moving. Last month, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire signed a deal to align what farmers get paid and end the price gap corporations have exploited for decades. They've invited Nigeria and Cameroon to join. See, Africa grows the cocoa, so Africa should set the price. And if you didn't know, now you know.
If you didn't know, now you know.
That is right there, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And they running the same playbook they did with the farmers, with them.
That's all they got, man.
That's all they got, bro. And that's what's going on. And that's what's really going to happen now. You got the same playbook going on that did with the farmers. Man, the farmers are taking a hit.
Oh, man, they got slammed. They
slammed, Doc.
Yeah, man. It's just like anything when the capitalist gets their hands on it, man. The question is, how much money can I suck out of this?
Right.
How much profit can I, basically suck this thing dry for? And that's what's happening. When you got big ag coming there, when you got whatever private equity coming there, and when they get a hold of that sucker, you best believe it's going to be for profit.
And this is what's going on in the farming industry. This is the hit they're getting right now. And most of them, of course, they voted for this administration. But, this affects everybody. This just don't affect the ones who voted for this administration. This affects all the farmers, Here we go with this beautiful bean footage.
On the farm, land is everything.
Best dirt in the world.
Brian Sampson's land's been in the family for generations.
My great-great-grandfather in 1870 homesteaded that farm.
The same soil, passed down with lessons.
My dad passed it down to me, and he went through trials and hardships.
Especially the 1980s, when interest rates shot up, triggering a farm crisis.
All of these farmers who had adjustable rate mortgages suddenly discovered that they might have a mortgage rate that was as high as 24%.
Brian was in his 20s, just starting out.
My dad was in his early 50s, You know, he was hammered hard. It hit him hard.
He pushed on, but many others couldn't make payments.
We don't know what to do next. I mean, we want to farm. We want to stay out there.
As the crisis got worse, family farms were foreclosed on, sold by the sheriff.
Do I have any bids on this land at this time?
On the courthouse steps, near white crosses representing every farm lost.
Here in the state of Iowa, roughly 25% of families lost their farms.
Not just the land, the way of life.
They're losing something that means so much to them, something that completely defines them.
Pressure mounted, and plenty of farmers couldn't take it.
The system convinced him that he was a failure. We know he wasn't, but the system convinced him that he was, to the point where he thought that the way out was to take his own life.
Banks closed.
It's going to hurt the town.
And cries for help from Washington grew.
We just cannot wait any longer for some help. Because if we lose this generation of farmers, we'll never get farms back like we know them now.
It was tough, but the Sampsons survived. Now,
When the next generation wants to come and do what you're doing, oh my goodness.
it's being handed down to Brian's son.
I wouldn't want to be doing anything else, so pretty cool.
A way of life more like a business now.
You pay attention more. You stay closer to the books, so to speak.
But it comes with support.
People now feel more comfortable with the idea of saying, I need help.
I need help.
I need help.
I need help. And I mean, people taking their own lives because of this.
Yep.
People filing bankruptcies because of this, because this has been their way of life for so long.
Definitely. Definitely.
You know?
And this is a crisis beyond most folks can imagine. Because again, like you're saying, man, bankrupt stuff like that, because again, the market has shifted the way it has.
Right.
And again, with America, we don't shift that easy, that quickly.
No.
You know,
No, we don't.
It taking time to turn this ship. And with that said, man, folks got used to the status quo. But that's not it anymore, man. I mean, because again, like they have squashed it so much down there, you don't hear anything, like the soybean crisis.
No.
When you talk about a whole market has literally been taken away from American farmers, that's an issue.
Right.
When you look at again, even like with the black farmers, when they've been locked out of the system so much and so long, of course they have adapted and then evolved and done things, which is beautiful, is beautiful to know that they have done that. But when you put it on a global scale, man, and you build an operation around a certain product, a certain entity, and that thing is no longer there, good luck with that one.
Good luck with that one, brother.
Good luck with that one.
Because man, I'm just telling you, it's crazy. And this is where it's hidden black, white, whomever in the farm industry business. Because, you know, you even got to count in Iran now, the situation with Iran.
Definitely.
You know, they got to buy fuel, fossil fuel. And they're spending double the amount of money now. So it's like putting a burden on all of the farmers everywhere. Here's that beautiful bean footage right now.
My family's farmed for 100 years. You don't want to be the one that can't keep it going, you know.
I am a Republican. I voted for this administration, but my patience is running thin.
We're here in the heart of the Mississippi Delta to talk with farmers about how the war with Iran is impacting them.
Oh, it's been awful.
The closure of the Strait of Hormuz is causing prices to skyrocket. Things like diesel fuel and fertilizer.
We're buying a little bit at a time. And sometimes we know that we've only got 2 weeks of fuel. So what has happened to us is not just the impact of 1 year. We have lost customers forever. They will never come back, because we're deemed an unreliable supplier.
I'm paying 60% more for diesel fuel than I would have been paying 45 days ago.
You got to have diesel for everything. You got diesel to this, to plant, to harvest. So diesel steadily going up like this, man, it affects us bad.
You have no choice. You know, you've got to go ahead and buy it, no matter what the price is.
There's going to be a lot of people that go out of business at the end of the year, either because they have to, or because they're tired of losing money.
Farmers have already been struggling, with rising costs and even tariffs making things even harder.
It's going to be the nail in the coffin for a number of farmers. It's just the straw that broke the camel's back.
A lot of the money that comes through the economy is just shuffled from the government back to, you know, these big corporations, and just kind of, farmers are middleman these days. Really are.
It just seems like the farmers' margins were already slim, and they just keep getting slimmer and slimmer.
We can't control diesel. We can't control, wars. We can't control anything. All we can control is once we put that seed in the ground, That's all we are called to do, right? And the rest of it is up to the good Lord.
Now, I've supported Mr. Trump this entire way, was a big supporter of his, but I do not agree with this, and I'm not happy about this at all.
I did not vote for this administration. We're just hoping that the administration can right some of the wrongs that it's created for farmers with tariffs and mainly what this war has inflicted on us.
A lot of people that did vote for this administration say it'll come around, but my question sometimes is, will you be in business when it does?
If President Trump were standing here in this field right now, what would you say?
I'd ask him to stick a sock in his mouth and not say anything for a while.
Get these fuel prices down. Get them down.
There's an old African proverb that says, when elephants fight, it's the ants that get crushed. The ants are getting crushed.
War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one man said, well, my patience have worn thin. I'm like, dude, your patience ought to be out by now. We're talking about thin.
He can't put the political correct answer. You know, when you have a Caucasian trying to quote an African proverb, you know it got serious now, boy.
It got serious, Doc.
And then he quoted it
It
wrong.
got serious, bro.
Yeah, when you got a Caucasian trying to do an African proverb, we got a problem there. But
We
anyway,
in trouble.
yeah, man. But the problem is when the elephants fight, the grass suffers. Isn't that the way? But anyway, I know the analogy. I see what you trying to do, but you're going to tell it right.
You're going to tell it right.
Tell it right. Man, God dang. But yeah, man, it's a crisis beyond what folks understand, man. And when again, there are three things you better recognize in this dynamic that this administration has fooled with that again, I don't think folks have unpacked yet. One is your food, two is your land, and three is your water. And if you bring another one, four is your health. Them things, man, they have fooled with to the utmost, and people better take it seriously. But it's a good time, man, from a standpoint of, again, now you know what's going out there, so therefore now you know how to tweak it.
Right.
You know, we got people that starting their own little urban farm and stuff like that, which is nice. But yeah, you're going back to homestead farming and stuff like that because you're recognizing everything, the supply chains, everything's unstable. And if you ever depend on something that can't get to you, child horse, you're in trouble. So that's what we're dealing with right now, man.
So now, right, we got to go from food. Now we're going to technology. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In technology, talking about surveillance. And some people don't think this is a problem.
Okay.
But it's a big problem. Bro.
Oh, you will in a minute.
It's a big problem. You will see that it is in a minute.
Well, in a minute.
Bruh, the surveillance is crazy.
That's why you need some data centers, man.
I know.
That's why you need them.
Bruh.
Yep.
Bruh.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America. Here's the beautiful beam footage on this one. We just gonna, I don't even know, we got a no show for this one. But here we go.
If Wells Fargo's goes through with this, we are cooked. This is like the most dystopian thing I have ever heard. They have a patent called Stardust. Stardust is a technology that deploys sensory particles in the air all around you that you can't see, but it will collect your biometrics. So it will record your heart rate, your temperature, audio, facial features, basically taking a picture or more. Then they will send that to a database where they will then verify it. And if you're verified through the database, you can now access your account. You don't have to put in your password or your passcode. How fun. The patent is real. You're looking at it right now. Look at the date on the top. Cars are even going to be rolling this out too. I think in like 2027, where if they detect you drink too much or if you're not alert enough, whatever that means, your car just won't start. Remember, you guys, this stuff can't keep rolling out if we just don't comply.
Now, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Stardust.
Stardust is
Message.
one. Message is two. But look who's funding it. Wells Fargo. A bank.
Yes, sir.
Financial institution.
Yes, sir.
One of the original financial institutions here in this country.
That part.
That's part there.
Yeah, because they're taking your money to make more money, and the way they're going to do it is surveillance your tail.
Yes.
That's new cash cow, man. I'm trying to tell you, man.
And then she even showed you the patent.
It's real, man.
So
It's
this
real.
is real. This ain't nothing, hey, we trying to play with. We trying to experiment. This is
Nah.
real.
And see, that's one thing that I appreciate my father for so much while he was on this planet. But my dad said, y'all need to peep this stuff, man. All these quote unquote smart watches y'all got, they
Right.
got your biometrics and stuff like that while you sleep, you still got that watch on. He said, y'all need don't know you want all that. That's why you boys still got a Timex, okay? I ain't getting Apple nothing.
Take a look and keep on ticking,
Well, I'm
baby.
trying to throw you Timex. Boy.
My.
So yeah, man, that's what a lot of folks understand, man. This technology has crept its way into your life. They did it so subtly, man, so quick and easy that it doesn't bother you anymore. To a degree, until you recognize everything you do from getting up in the morning to going back to bed is being monitored, it's being surveyed.
Right.
Even affects your prices at the gas station and even in the grocery store. This is crazy the way we've become. And again, these data centers, man, this was fueling that stuff, man.
Yes.
This is the cash cow of America, man. It's surveillance.
Yes. Now, when they come out with a new device and they say, well, it's for your convenience,
Okay.
You better look further.
That's what I'm trying to tell
Because
you.
that device is to track you and to track everything that you do.
That right there, man. And
when you can get a ticket without even a policeman stopping you now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here it comes.
Technology.
Message.
Message.
Here's another beautiful bean footage tonight here on Uncommon Sense Podcast.
While the masses are being distracted by almost every psyops known to man, this is what's happening in the background. Atlanta, Georgia just became the most surveilled city in the United States, with over 100 AI-powered cameras per 1,000 residents. It could literally flag any activity in real time and then even deploy robotic units with motions and sensors and all of the things. So if you haven't put together what these data centers are really for, it's this: mass surveillance. And the craziest part is that our tax money is what's building the infrastructure to surveil us. It's crazy. And just FYI, these data centers have now put the United States in $39 trillion in debt. So, the more you know.
$39 trillion in debt.
Right
for
there.
data centers
Right there.
that are not bringing a return on the investment yet.
And for all you Atlantans,
yes,
when you call it hot Atlanta, you have no idea how hot
it is.
it is, boy. You have no idea how
The
hot
number one surveillance city in the country.
in the country, player, Atlanta, GA. So yeah, it's hot Atlanta for sure.
For sure.
For sure, man.
Wow.
And so again, when you're looking, when Atlanta has that tag there for itself, that should tell you some serious thing, man. What are you watching? What are you recording? How much? And so again, man, and this is why I tell folks, when you're watching these movies like the Avengers, and they were showing you all this stuff, and like this movie, they had the thing called God's Eye of this particular software they could watch folks on Facebook. That stuff, they got that mess from somewhere. This ain't coming out somebody just imagining this stuff. No, player, this stuff is coming from somewhere. So when you're looking at it, you better pay attention to what's been hidden inside of certain movies to give you an inkling of what's coming down the pike or what's already here.
Right.
And so when you look at a movie and you said, think, oh, God's Eye, where there's surveillance folks, they can put you by facial recognition and all that good stuff. Yeah. That nobody just didn't come up with that, man.
No.
That stuff already existed. So you're here now. But the problem is, again, you're in this, if you're living in Atlanta or just Georgia, you're in a situation, man, where every step you take, man, a camera is somewhere watching you.
Now they got the AirPods to where you can even put the AirPods in your shoe and it keeps up with you. Or it keeps up even with your phone.
That's it, man.
And see, we look at it as, wow, it's a cool gadget.
Yeah.
No, it ain't a cool gadget. It's another way to keep up with your tail. That's
well,
what.
well, they named it right. They called it an air tag. Yeah, they tagging your tail.
They tagging you.
they tagging your tail, man. So yeah, I mean that's again, it's because of America's sensational appetite for technology, and it is everywhere.
Everywhere.
But the dynamics, man, are different because people are using it on the other side again for profit. And when you have a certain, and this is when you get into again the ideology of people. When you have a certain individual or individuals that believe that they are gods, and this world is theirs,
Right.
then they want to control who's here, who's not here. They want to control where you live, where you don't live. They want to control what you buy and what you can't buy. That's what this stuff is. And so with that kind of mentality, when they think they can control everything because they got the money, then those who don't have that kind of wherewithal, you at the mercy of those individuals. That's why again, it's the best of times, worst of time. Because again, folks need to wake up and see what's going on. So when you're talking these issues and you're having these conversations and you're talking about political stuff, you know how to get involved intelligently.
Right.
You know how to address these issues. Because if we're this way now, man, imagine what these kids going to be 10 years down the pike.
Wow. Bro.
Imagine the world is going to be here 20 years later if this thing continues the way it is and there is no guardrails. Where are you going to be 10 years from now?
You can just say 5 years from now, bro.
Probably 5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
If they have their way.
Exactly.
So it's a major issue. But again, it's the worst of time, the best of time, because you didn't get here just haphazardly. Right. Those that you call in charge, or was your Republicans, or whoever you want to put on the docket, they are responsible for where you are. Your councilmen, your councilwomen, they're responsible for where you are. A data center doesn't come inside your city unless somebody approves it.
Right. Exactly.
So again, you didn't get here by chance. It was purposed to be this way. And so if you got people again in charge who do not recognize where you are and don't care who you are, then you're at the mercy of those who are at the table. That's all that is.
Right. Because they just looking at the money. The money coming in, making the profit.
That's all it is.
That's it. Whoa.
But again, worst of time, best of time. That means for those who got all this mouth, get involved. I'm just jump in there. Just
jump in there.
Yeah, this is what I'm telling you, man. Those who have a passion for whatever, and it's time out for walking the streets. I mean, protests and signs. Y'all, you're so beyond that narrative now, man. It's pitiful.
Right, that's what I was just about to say.
Speak on it, my brother. Let the Lord use you.
Now, we doing protests and signs, right? But these jokers are going in with technology and say, okay, this is how we gonna keep up with you better. To where we ain't got to struggle nor strive. We know every move you make.
Yeah, exactly.
We even know your characteristics. We even know your feelings. We even know what you're about to buy, what you ain't gonna buy.
Yes,
so
sir.
it's a control.
Oh God, yeah. So think about it. If I could pinpoint Jay, learn his buying habits, learn where he shops, and he pays $10 more for the same thing that somebody pays $1 less. So Jay is paying $100,000 just to have groceries in the house a year, when somebody else is paying $15,000.
Right.
So I can basically run Jay out of the market, exactly. and he don't even know it.
He don't even know it.
That's the game again of all this stuff we're dealing with. These individuals can honestly be targeted, whereas your livelihood, your lifestyle now becomes your albatross, becomes your Achilles heel, where they're using technology to price you out of things, price you out of certain places, price you out of education, price you out of a neighborhood because you can't afford it. Or they keep you again where you go to Kroger and you're thinking you're just buying a Gatorade for $1.50, but somebody comes behind you and pay
99 cents.
It was a flash sale, really?
Yeah.
If it's a flash sale after I left the place. So this is stuff you got to pay attention to, and that's why I'm saying you got to be very careful of your digital footprint. You got to be very careful of what you put out there.
And this is what we're supposed to be teaching everywhere, even in our churches. This is what we're supposed to be teaching.
Boy,
we better teach this, man.
Well, again, since you brought in church. Well, it's in the book. You just don't know how to read the book. The man said the prince of the air is coming.
Yes, he
He
did.
told you that. Well,
Yeah.
then what's the prince of the air? Technology. That's
Technology.
that's what you're dealing with, man.
Yeah.
And so again, when you have an evil consciousness behind technology, the rest is history.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be fun. I'm not trying to throw Bob on the bus. But if you are illiterate, from the standpoint of just simple reading the Bible, but just reading the Bible, bro.
Oh, just reading the Bible. Yes, sir.
You got folks, man, who have a Bible in their hand that can't even read it. You're letting the preacher articulate to you what that book says based on what understanding. You got preachers preaching who never went to school, who never studied, just came out to shoot and said, God called me to preach. Okay. Ministry is the most unregulated field anywhere on the planet.
Anywhere on the planet, Doc.
Anywhere on the freaking planet. And
Right.
that's a problem. That's the problem. Because again, if you have someone who's illiterate teaching you, just let that sink in. If you have someone,
if somebody's illiterate teaching you, you getting the same illiterate information that they teaching you. So that makes you even illiterate.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the Bible said, if the blind lead the blind, they both fall into a ditch.
Exactly. In the
He
same
told
ditch.
you. A ditch is coming. And that's why I love
Ditch is there.
Jesus told you, a ditch is in your future. So this is where you are. But again, since we're dealing with those issues and you brought that to light, man, we're in a serious situation. Because if the church is supposed to be, of course, a forefront as to block certain things, to prepare a person for what you quote unquote can't see, well, the people who are teaching that need to be able to articulate to people real time what that is.
Right.
It's not a boogeyman behind the door, man.
No,
It's Palantir. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, behind
I'm trying to tell you, boy, it's open AI.
Yes,
You need to know how to articulate this in real time. Because if you don't, man, you have folks again falling out over stuff. And as the man said, you are not destroyed because of the devil. You destroyed because of lack of knowledge. It's what you don't know is killing you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And these are some of the stuff we don't know right now.
Oh man,
we do not have a clue right now.
You're 21st century illiterate. You don't know what the 21st century is, but you are totally illiterate what's going on now.
They 22nd, 23rd, 24th century.
Oh man,
they still 21st.
Man, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Because again, they're keeping you back.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they're keeping you back for a reason. By the time you catch up, it's gone.
It's gone.
Man, that's the whole thing.
They're already 10 years ahead of you.
That's the whole deal, man. That's the whole deal.
Yeah. Here's some more beautiful beam footage for everybody. Right here on Uncommon Sense.
You will not believe what Flock did. So not only are they tracing and tracking everywhere and everything we do, but they pushed and got approved and used our tax money to install these gunshot detectors, right? And then just a couple days ago, they just did like an over-the-air update, not using any new hardware, no new installation, same machine. They just updated it and turned every single one of them into a microphone. So now they use AI and they detect every single word we say on the streets. The new feature is called Detecting Human Voices in Distress. They're looking for distress. So I guess we will have just more data for them to sell to anyone with money.
Really?
She said, really?
Yeah. We're looking for distressed voices now.
I'm trying to tell you, man. And again, Atlanta.
Exactly.
All them cameras you see around is nothing but a microphone, boy.
So now, if you're looking for distressed voices, and you claim this is a distressed voice, then what does that tell you?
They'll tell you that they profiling, and then
They tell you,
yeah, go ahead.
They tell you they're profiling, and they tell you we got to fill these prisons.
That's right there.
So we got to find a way to where we can turn it This is the technology Jim Crow. Jim Crow 2.0. Come on, y'all.
You have no clue, man, and you own
No
it, man.
clue.
Yeah. Because again,
They gonna figure a voice can tell you about them being in distress.
Yeah.
Really.
Which again deploys your law enforcement, which again brings in the issue with that. Law enforcement, if you got somebody who's not properly trained, they go into a situation, have cocked, all hell break loose. Because it happens, you know. And again, when you have young cats, because I'm privy to certain things now, when you got young cats, you know, that go through a 6-month training, you're not properly trained for certain dynamics, especially a heated situation where you're walking into and you have no idea what is and what not. You're going based on what AI profile tell you. Okay.
What if it's a mentally ill situation to where
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're up against, man. Again, a computer program does not take into consideration human deduction, you know, human consciousness. It cannot deduce that. It takes away the humanity of a situation. So a computer is only based on calculations. And so when you have something only based on calculations, you have a room for error because that computer does not know everything.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't.
It does not.
So therefore, when you have folks that's so reliant on this stuff, though, when it comes down that you're making people be reliant on this thing that is flawed, and you remove the human, again, experience from that analogy, and you're dealing with humans. It's a recipe for disaster, you know. And again, technology, when it's used right, of course, it's a blessing to those who, again, when it's used correctly.
Right. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. But when it's used again as the end all be all, you got a problem.
You got a problem now.
I mean, just look at what it did with Iran. When they said that AI program, again, ran most of the bombing that happened. But then you bombed a school of 121 young girls lost their life. And nobody said anything about that.
No. Matter of fact, you said, well, AI didn't show that school was there.
That part. See? So when you let a computer program tell you where to bomb, and it's not taking consideration certain dynamics, you're going to have an issue. But when you have a country that doesn't care about that stuff, when you have an Hexef in office, you know, somebody who's everyone who said again, who's had entire military experience, is the most unqualified person to be in that chair. When you talk about DEI, that is the epitome
of DEI.
Yeah. So I think DEI stands for dumb, ever ignorant. You know,
ever ignorant.
Ever ignorant. You know, it doesn't make sense, man, where we are. But it's because again, people have been removed from that experience because we just think everything will work itself out.
Right. No.
No.
You can't take artificial intelligence and replace it with what God gave you, which is divine intelligence. You can't replace that.
No.
You will try to, but you will find a flaw in artificial intelligence all the time because really that's based upon man's calculation.
Definitely.
What says that man's calculation is right?
Has it ever been right?
Exactly. He's been all so many times. Like, really?
That boy. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
It's all right.
Back to the beautiful being footage.
It's all right. Breathe. Go breathe. Go back.
Okay, I'm good now. Here we go.
That part.
So 6G will track everyone and everything that moves all day, every day. I mean, that's what the CEO of Qualcomm admitted.
Not only at
at your neighborhood, not only at the city, at the state, but at the entire country level, will map the digital twin, I think, of the world. And that also become very interesting. Of course, in today's, I think, environment, if I say that, everybody will understand it. Like, you can do drone detection. You know, everything that is moving is going to be tracked. You have a radar at scale.
So this is not just for digital devices. They are building a model of the world to track all things that move.
6G.
Mm-hmm.
6G.
Yep. And the name of that program is Avis.
Avis.
That's the name of that
Yes,
program.
sir.
Avis.
Avis. See,
Okay.
we thinking that the 4G and the 5G, just talking about mobile phone data, how fast you can get information and how fast that you can have your phones all connected at one. They talking about to control the world.
Told you.
Control it. 6G.
I'm trying to tell you.
They already got you at 5G.
Yes, sir. Problem.
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 But,
and like you said, the very thing is Avis.
Uh-huh.
And this is what Avis does right here.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people was wondering if this was real or not. Is this just some internet hype or internet gossip? I did the research. It's definitely real. Leonardo, the company behind ELSAG license plate readers, is marketing signal trace sensors that clip onto existing ALPR cameras. They say they passively pick up public broadcast signals like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi MAC addresses from phones, smartwatches, AirPods, fitness trackers, RFID tag, even car tire pressure sensors, and infotainment systems. They said it builds an electronic fingerprint by linking those device IDs to the license plate and location, so cops can track the person even if the plate changes. It's being pitched to law enforcement right now. It's not some big secret program or something. It's public information. They did add that turning off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth when you don't need them cuts way down on what this system can grab. If you didn't know, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Love y'all. Be safe out there. Beat Duke out. You already know. Thank me later.
Message.
I told you about.
They tried to tell you, bro.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. This biometrics that folks again have bought into your iPods, iPads. Again, technology is good for, but it's going to be used. It can be used to your detriment.
Yes, it can be.
It is going to be used to detriment.
Because if you see how many people have went to prison that didn't do nothing, just imagine with this technology. We got your biometrics and it says that your fingerprints, it's you.
Yeah, it's real. It's a real thing. And I think, again, people have not understood to what degree. And Louis Farrakhan said this, again, when he said, you don't know the depravity that's in a man's mind.
Yes.
And that is the truth, man. The depravity in, again, whether it was Elon Musk, whether it was, again, pick one as far as the AI boom.
Right.
You don't know that kind of how deep that cesspool is until you start seeing it displayed on TV.
Right.
When you see what they did with USAID and when they did with the again.
Right.
You saw people and people saying they're losing their mind. No, they're not losing it.
No.
They're putting that sucker on display for you to see what's in there.
Exactly.
That's the whole issue. It's not that people are crazy in the aspect of that term. Is that people are showing you what they're thinking, how they're thinking, and how they come into these new products that they're putting out.
Right.
Because these individuals fully believe that they're supposed to control everything and everybody.
Everything. Right.
Right. And that's the whole issue, is when you have folks that have the wherewithal, again, because they got the cash flow to do it, because we're fueling it. Your insatiable appetite for technology is fueling this stuff.
Fueling it.
And so if you're not taking into consideration how dependent upon you become on technology, and I know the world is made in that way, But you can't even. I mean, checks are obsolete now.
Right,
There's no
right,
more.
exactly.
Everything online. Well, again, when you're looking at streaming, everything's in the cloud.
You're right,
So
right.
they're making it so that you have to go that way.
Right.
And
Bro, I went to
those.
the bank the other day, right?
Yes, sir.
And so I'm looking for deposit slips, to fill out and make it. Bruh, the police officer told me, just go up to the counter. I said, okay. And the lady said, what's your phone number? And I gave it to her. She was like, oh, you want this in the business account or do you want this in the personal? What you mean? You got my account number? What?
What the hell? I'm trying to tell you, shouting.
What?
Boy.
Bruh.
Yes, sir.
We had to do a whole thing where you had to fill out the slip and have the correct numbers and everything.
Walk in there without your account number. You be like, what? What's my account number? What's my route number?
Yeah, exactly.
Try that. Why you don't need that?
No problem.
No problem.
What's your phone number?
That's it right there.
And then even when you look at some of these police stops, like on YouTube sometime, right? And they ask the person, well, do you have your driver's license or your ID? And they say no. We were taught to always carry ours.
Yes, sir.
And then then the police like, oh, okay, never mind. What's your name? What's your name? So that's all.
Right there. I'm telling you, man. That frock.
Yeah. And if you're not telling us the right name, then we'll just carry you to a police station, take your fingerprints, and find out who you are. But then we're gonna give you another charge for that.
That right there. Falsifying information. Boy. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you, that frock, when you're talking about license plates reading and stuff like that, you have no idea what that computer pulls up in 2.2 seconds on your tail.
And Doc, we thought it was something when, they had the cameras taking the pictures of the car tag, and you would get a ticket in the mail.
Oh man, that's
we thought that was something like
hell,
get a ticket,
bro.
And then look at the pictures like, hey, that is my tag.
Man, I'm telling you, boy, you have no idea how your life has been mapped out on paper. On paper, man. And that digital footprint is something serious. Something serious. But again,
like you were saying, Doc, is that some people say, well, these guys can't. Well, why is it that they shouldn't be able to sleep or they have no consciousness? But this is how they think.
Yes, sir.
This is the way they think, and if they think, they right. They run with it.
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
So is he. Why you think Elon Musk start funding Trump's election?
That was
all of a sudden, just
that was a given. Yeah, that was a given.
Well, Elon, you come on here and tear everything up you want, and whatever you want to gut out, and that's fine.
Yeah, because your boy was like this. Your boy was Baroque. When you talking about Trump, Baroque,
Doc.
He was Baroque. And again, he knows based on who he hangs around that politics is a cash cow. That's what that is. That's why he riding around in the Qatar jet, and you still on Delta. And you still on Delta.
On our dime.
No, that I'm trying to tell you, boy. So when you're looking at those dynamics, man, again, since birds of a feather flock together, they all understand. If you scratch mine, I scratch yours. That's all this is. But it's on a whole different cycle. Them guys, and I can't use the words I want to use because we are on the World Wide Web. But those guys are in this anatomy contest. I think that's the best way I could put that right there. And the way they size up anatomy is how big their checkbook is, because the other anatomy is kind of questionable. So, so the way they measure, their manhood is the size of the checkbook. You know, so all of them are in a race to be the quote unquote the richest person. That's all this is.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you're in a situation where these folks in their mind, the only thing they're doing is trying to outpace the other guy to whatever degree that is. That's why you got crypto. That's why you pick one. You know, politics, whatever cash cow you want to get to you there, do it. So for us, you're just trying again to get through the day, survive, provide for your family. For them, it's a trophy. You know, everything is a win. You know, you got $1 million a day. That's a win. You know, you got a trophy wife. That's a win. You know, you got a Ferrari. That's a win. So that's all this is.
I'm number one on TikTok.
I'm trying to show you why. And so that's what you got.
Instead of TikTok.
Man, because the last time I checked, they said TikTok was a national security issue.
Yeah.
That's what your Congress said. It was a security.
That's what they said.
National security issue. Then why is TikTok still here and who bought it?
You know who bought it.
Have we heard? Who bought it?
Who bought it?
I'm just saying.
You know
if it's supposed to be sold, who owns TikTok?
You know who bought it.
Okay.
What's his name? That have the security software?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, Doc.
I'm just saying.
These sales go on and nobody knows.
And you don't know where it falls. But if TikTok was a national security and your Congress deemed it as such, but that sucker still here, that should tell
Congress?
you.
Who Congress?
Yours.
Who
Your ain't mine. Yours.
That look like that's Trump's Congress, Doc.
This your country. It's your
that's
country.
Trump's. That's he the one trying to make America great again.
Well, shoot, it ain't even here because he ain't gonna be there. They know, bro. You got a season, man. I don't care how you tag it. You know, all of us, as the book says, every man's appointed a day to die.
Yeah.
So you're gonna leave here whether you want to or not. Now, how and when is not my decision.
That's not my call.
Yeah, not my call. But I know you got to go.
You got to go.
That's that situation now, man. But again, Congress isn't even trumped because again, nothing that he put out there, Congress did not approve, whether silently or purposefully. Everything that was done that he did, Congress approved of it.
Right.
And so you got to ask yourself, if Congress approved of it and they knew it was wrong, if you knew it was wrong to declare war and Congress did not declare war.
You did not say one word.
And you didn't say one word? That lets you know that somebody behind the scene controls your Congress.
Yeah.
If you pull back aid that Congress, again, allocated, that is federal law, and you pull that back with, again, no restitution and no recourse and no congressional hearing, and Congress don't say nothing, that lets you know your Congress is not in control. It is, again, for people who critically think, and you just ask simple questions, then you come to the simple answer, which is, those who are in the front and those who got all that mouth and those who got all these semantics, all these sound bites, you're not in control.
You ain't in control, Doc.
You're not in control. Because if you were, we would not be here.
No, we would.
We would not be here.
So that even shows you right. They're drinking from the same pitcher of the Kool-Aid.
I'm trying to.
Yes, sir. And on that note, this has been Uncommon Sense Podcast.
And good night.
Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Right here on thetruevision.net.
Wow.
The True Vision, or the True.Vision, and also SinceYouAsked.com. Until next week.
Holla.
Peace. Holla.